St. Louis, Middle America at its finest. To the untrained eye, this is mom and apple pie country. But beneath the surface, it's a breeding ground for some of the toughest gangs in the US.
Gangster Disciples.
Blood. 6 Deuce. And Swank.
Rolling 60s.
Cribs. 44 Bud.
44 Deuce.
JVL. 4 Trey. Man, there's so many.
I want to find out about the impact of living with the gangs who have helped make this city of just 350,000 people one of the 5 most violent in the United States.
Down there is the famous Route 66. It links the west coast of America to the eastern seaboard. And almost slap bang in the middle of it is the city of St. Louis. A mid-sized, midwestern town. It was once a major port on the Mississippi and a major industrial powerhouse. In the 1990s, an import came down Route 66, which gave the city a very different reputation. It was Los Angeles gang culture. In the violence that followed, many people have been killed and injured. Now the city's trying to fight back, and I've come here to find out about the war that's being waged on and by the gangs of St. Louis.
They call the arch that dominates the St. Louis skyline the gateway to the West. And I want to find out if the West is as wild as I've been told.
KATZ Alton, St. Louis, 100.3 The Beat.
A Clear Channel station.
You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
This is Sam Moore, the governor of the north side of the city of St. Louis, coming to you talking about gangs and the effect of gangs on our community.
Downtown is the business district, and leaving behind the prosperous white suburbs with their personal fitness obsessions, I enter the black north side of the city, where the concerns are very different.
We're looking for solutions to the gang violence in our city. It ruins community, it hurts family, it hurts individuals.
You know, we got a lot of trees in this city with teddy bears on them to commemorate that character that got killed, and RIP, rest in peace signs. And I think that gang members are unsupervised children.
I want to know about the impact the gangs are having on their community. And the first thing that strikes me is the youth of the people involved in the violence. It's kids killing kids.
It's coverage you can count on.
Deadly gang shooting.
Gang members.
Bullets fly. Flurry of gunfire. Gang activity. Gang-related.
Gang graffiti.
A laundry list of violent acts.
1 teenager is dead and 2 others injured.
Police say the killers most likely are gang members. Gang graffiti covers buildings here.
This neighborhood is well known for gang activity.
A backpack full of bullets seized at the scene.
Homicide detectives are very familiar with these corners. They've visited many times to investigate shootings.
Witnesses say 17-year-old Robert Walker was shot point blank in the head.
He is also the father of a 3-month-old baby boy.
On the afternoon of the 5th of May 2006, Robert Walker was on his way home from school on a bus very much like this. As he approached his stop on the corner of Lillian and Emerson in his home neighborhood of Walnut Park, Robert and his cousin Tom got up to join the small queue of people waiting to get off the bus. Stop. It's just a couple of blocks from Robert's house, just over there. The 2 cousins had only walked a matter of feet when a group of hooded kids ran out from behind that building there and started shooting. The two cousins ran, and Tom, the eldest, made it to the corner of that building there when he heard a young girl screaming that someone was laying in the road. He turned to see the fallen figure of his cousin. Robert had been shot in the mouth, the head, the chest, the back, and his legs. Tom ran over to his cousin, but his cousin was dead. Robert was just 17 years old, another victim of St. Louis's gang wars. I'm in Walnut Park, where Robert lived and died. Big, bald white guys aren't a common sight here. This is ghetto gangland, and kids are dying in places like this at a rate of one every couple of weeks. The graffiti is pretty basic and chilling. A tale of turf war and lives lost. In this case, it's Robert Walker, aka Short Dog. At 17, he wasn't much more than a kid. I've heard he left behind him a young girlfriend and a tiny baby. So how did you meet Robert?
I met him, like in August, walking with my sister and her boyfriend. And her boyfriend was like, Robert, walk with Courtney. We was walking down a street called Thresh. So me and Robert started walking, and it's just from that moment, we looked like, just that sparkle, like, dang, I love you.
Courtney is still only 16 and still at school. A kid trying to bring up a kid on her own. And this your little boy?
Yeah.
He's Robert's little boy as well, isn't he?
Yeah. Act alike, look alike.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You miss him dearly, don't you?
Yeah.
What's the future for you now? What do you see for yourself?
I just feel stay in school, go to college, get married, and have some more kids.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
And look after this little fella.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
Yo. So what's the next move? Where do I go? Where do I stay?
Gang warfare rips through the generations, and it's the women who are left behind to deal with the devastation. I'm going to meet Robert's sister, grandmother, and mother. Oh, yeah, I'm Ross, pleased to meet you.
Okay.
You tell me a little bit about Robert and what he was like.
Wherever I asked Robert, he would do it. Wherever I cooked, Robert would eat it. He wouldn't have no problems like some of the other kids. Your mom, I don't want none, I don't want fat, you know. But Robert would eat it, and ever since that day, I haven't cooked. You know, I don't feel I have to cook, you know, because who I'm cooking for now.
How do you feel about living here after Robert's death?
I don't like living over here anymore because of what happened to my son. You know, I'm crushed. You know, the place where he got murdered, I used to go to work that way. So now I go all the way around to go to work. But I plan to move further, or if not, I'm moving out of town with my brother. You know, I just can't stand it here no more.
It's hell on earth, as they say. Heaven must be the place, because this is not it.
Can I ask you a question about, you know, we know that there were two other guys that were injured in the attack that was placed on Robert. How do you feel about the people that did that?
I'm very angry about what happened. Like, I really, truly want justice served. You know, because here, something happened to these kids around here, and it's nothing done about it. It's nothing. It's just like, oh, he just got shot so well. He just got killed. And, you know, it's a lot of teenagers around here that got murdered, and nothing has been done about it. Nothing. They have done nothing about it. And this needs to get out so other officials and people can see it's nothing done about these kids being got killed. Y'all don't care. They don't care. They don't care what nature. So they don't care. They don't care what happened to nobody over here.
Well, rest in peace, Robert. A schoolboy shot, getting off his school bus by other schoolboys. I mean, whether it was gang-related or not, I don't think we'll ever know the answer to that question, and I don't suppose it really matters at the moment to his 4-month-old child or to his grandmother or to his sister or to his mother. They've lost someone who they love dearly and pointlessly.
It's approaching the end of my first day in the city, and the telltale signs of gang activity are becoming more apparent to me. Blue means you're a member of the Crips, and red that you're a member of the Bloods. On these streets, hundreds of subgroups are fighting an ongoing turf war, and I want to know more about it. Pretty Tony here, red from tip to toe, seems a good way in.
I've just been over at Robert's parents or mother. You tell me a little bit about this area, what it's like to live here.
What can I say about this area, huh? Well, I can tell you for sure it's not a playground, you know what I'm saying? It just been, real rough, you know what I'm saying? But it's what you make it, you know what I'm saying?
You know, the guys that supposedly were responsible for shooting him were affiliated to a gang of some sort. Have you heard that?
I mean, I don't know the dude, you know what I'm saying, like that or whatever, so I couldn't say, you know?
Everybody around here knows each other and they protect each other, that is true, isn't it?
Basically, yeah.
I mean, Robert was shot many times. He wasn't just shot once, was he? He was shot numerous times. Where the kids, I've been told that one of the youngest was 15 or 14 and the eldest was 17. Where do kids that young get that kind of gun?
Oh, probably from that, you know what I'm saying? They probably stole them, steal them, you know, do anything. I mean, there's some little grimy little kids around here. They do those type of things, you know what I'm saying? I've been shot before, so, you know.
Have you been shot?
Yeah, I've been shot before.
Where did you get shot?
Where?
Yeah, in your body.
In my area around here.
In your torso, yeah? In the middle here, yeah?
Yeah, like right up in here.
Who shot you?
Who shot me? I never know.
He left you for dead, though, yeah?
Basically.
You recovered? You okay?
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm straight.
Yeah.
I'm straight.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
Despite the colours and tattoos on these streets, there is a reluctance to open up about the gangs. I can only guess this is out of fear. But is it fear of gang reprisals or fear of the heavy police presence on these streets? And as the people who share the streets with the gangs, the police will be the next stop in my search for the gangsters of St. Louis.
Sometimes I have to question my ability. Is it really worth pursuing a career with no stability? 1 minute you're here, next minute you're gone.
St. Louis gang culture is one of the most violent in America. It's been heavily influenced by the gangs of Los Angeles, who came to the city in the 90s to expand their drugs trade.
So tell us why you wanna try and keep links back. We're doing this for the love, we're doing it to experience.
One of the biggest discussions surrounding St. Louis's gang culture is how the LA Bloods and Crips became so influential here. Some people maintain that it was just pure imitation, that they mimicked what they heard in music or saw in films. Others believe that the LA gangs physically came here down the old Route 66 to spread their drug empires.
However it arrived in the city, the importation of LA gang culture caused an explosion of gang violence. It's a legacy that still plagues the city today. I want to meet the gangs, and on the grounds that nobody knows the bad boys like the good boys, I'm off to hang with the police.
All right, listen up. This is the agenda for today. We're going to go...
Sergeant Carlos Ross is head of the gang unit of the St. Louis Police, and he's invited me to ride with him and his 8-man crew as they work some of the city's most gang-infested streets.
You all be the fourth car, and let's try to take those alleys or whatever. So that if guys take off running, we can head them off that way. If they get away, we'll catch them again another day.
Sergeant Ross and his men know where the gangs hang out and can read the signs of their gang activity like old-time cavalry scouts.
What we get here is just people calling, saying, hey, I'm tired of these guys hanging out and they don't belong on my street.
A call comes in. The gang unit outriders have spotted some suspicious activity up ahead.
Let them get out and do what they're gonna do.
Right, sure. Sergeant Ross needs to establish whether these are gang members. But first, the kids are quickly frisked for drugs and weapons.
Let's get some information. What's your name? What's your name? Well, we want to know who you are.
To me, these kids could be teenagers anywhere, with their international adolescent uniform of baggy jeans and t-shirts. But Sergeant Ross has his suspicions, and he gets his men to check for gang tattoos and take photographs for police records.
Well, we've been here for about 5 minutes and we're beginning to gather quite an audience, actually. And these guys seem quite laid back about what's been happening to them. But if you look over here, we're getting our own special audience.
Yeah, but they gonna have it in the UK, right?
Yeah, once you do that, I'm gonna start running the names when Mike done.
I can't help but feel that this exercise is just about the gang unit flexing its muscles on the street.
I ain't got no warrant. They been jumping on me. If I had a warrant, they would have took me down.
But then a records check turns up 2 outstanding warrants and the kids are taken in.
And one of the first guys just got in the car now. He's just come out of prison 2 days ago. Is that correct? That's what he just said.
That's what he said. I'm not.
Initially, this all felt a little like the 6th form beating up the 4th year. But then Sergeant Ross shows me what this is all about. Last week, a gang member was killed on these streets.
What we do is, when we have situations like that, we come into the area. We try to see who the agitated people are or whatever, and just let them know, hey, police department's going to handle this now. You don't have to worry about it. We're going to do it.
Oh, yeah, there's no retaliation. There's no retaliation.
Right, exactly, and that's basically what he was trying to tell them. Hey, I heard that you all mad, upset, and y'all talking about y'all going to get on somebody's head, meaning that they're going to go after somebody. And he's like, we got this. We handling this.
There is something of the Wild West about the way that lampposts are used as totem poles here.
But see, these are the colors over here. The color,
yellow and the blue. Yeah.
Right. That's for 6-0. 6-0 colors are blue and gold. And now you go up. You got these are O'Fallon Park Associated Crips. Mm-hmm. It's an association of different gangs in this area. Right. You know. So we have here 44 Bud. That's an X in there. It looks like a 4, but that's an X because they're a Crip, so they're Xing out the B for blood.
Xing out the B, right? Got it.
So that's that.
There are hundreds of weapons on these streets, hidden in derelict buildings like these. Sergeant Ross takes me on a search of a house he suspects may contain an arms cache.
See, this will be a good location.
Oh, I didn't even see this.
Hey, man.
Blood killer.
All right, I'm on the bike.
Disrespect to the B.
Which is odd. Okay. You know, normally you wouldn't see this in this area because 6 Deuces, 87 Kitchen Crips get along with them. But somewhere along the line, maybe they're feuding. Maybe see, and what we do is also when we interpret these, this is like
how you find out what's going on.
This is like the newspaper.
They're not very bright, are they? Because they're letting you know exactly who they're falling out with.
Right. So this is like the newspaper. So we go and start we take a look at this, and now we know that. Hey, somewhere along the line, they're having problems with...
Kitchen Crips have got a bit of a problem with the local...
They're having problems with the Bloods around here.
Some people get it confused because they think because Crips are always going to get along with Crips. That's not true. And we're not like Los Angeles or like Chicago. We're different than everybody else.
It's more neighbourhood here, isn't it? It really is neighbourhood.
It is
or even block or cross street. Yeah. I mean, you could have one gang that's sit here, another gang that's sit at the end of the street virtually.
Yeah. But if you notice...
claiming different colours.
But if you notice... you always see wherever you see one little gang, there's always their enemies are somewhere nearby. They get into a problem somewhere at school or somewhere else.
That is also it, isn't it? I mean, they grow up together in the same road, they then go to the same school together, and then they join the same gang together. They're very close, aren't they? So when blood gets spilt, it's really, really personal.
Yes. The kids trying to get out, most times they run into the fact that they say your brother killed my brother or my partner, but they're never going to forget that. And so no matter how old you get, you still have that same problem. Your enemies are always going to be your enemies. You can get out the gang and go move somewhere else. But if they see you, they're still coming after you because you're still their enemy, for life.
Right. I mean, this would be an excellent spot for a gun to be hidden. How can we get in here?
Right around the other way. It's a whole path that go right down. Come on.
Yeah, let's go in here and see.
Where you want to go in there?
I really don't fancy the look of this. It stinks, and despite the police torches, it's hard to see anything. But this is exactly the kind of place the unit have found guns before.
So if it was something around, it'll be right around here. Because they don't want to go too far to get it.
Right. It'll be in reach where they can get it quick, and they can put it back quick.
So you use it and get rid of it.
They put it right back. They'll shoot at something and put it back, cover it up with some bricks.
It's called a community weapon.
Yeah. Everybody on the block know where it is. If they need it, they'll get it, use it, and put it back.
And they can have these crevices. Yeah, it can be in a lot of locations. We have pockets in the city. Majority of the downtown area, no gangs. In this area here, we got a couple of gangs.
Drugs are a major cause of the conflicts on these streets. It's how the gangs get money, and it's what the police are constantly on the lookout for. My own street senses must be becoming more finely tuned. Just as we're heading home, I spot something out of the corner of my eye.
Runners, look. They're wrong.
Where's Rob? Rob ran?
The rest of the team have gone ahead to cut the runners off, leaving Sergeant Ross and me in pursuit of potentially armed gang members.
Got one here. So a lot of times they're gonna say, "Oh, I didn't know who they were." So that's why we want to make sure that we were something.
Surely. So you can see exactly. It's not unsubtle, is it?
I ain't gonna sit here and fake the funk, but I didn't have nothing to do with none of that, just whatever just went on.
Right on, brother.
Why y'all take our run?
I just ran because everybody else was running.
What does that say?
LBCG.
Long Beach Crip. Let me see that one again.
A penny. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
This how old my mama was when she died.
That's a new one.
Yeah, I gotta write that one down.
I'm gonna write that one down.
Once again, a check is made for gang tattoos. But these people are older and more street smart, and the excuses start to flow like a market trader's pattern.
What's the G for? Community?
Community starts
group?
with a
community group?
Yeah, G now.
It says Old Fowling Park. What was that again? Area Community Group.
Doesn't it say what?
Or in translation,
it could say
O'Fallon Park Associated Gangster Crips. That's what it also
I don't hustle, and I don't shoot people. I've been shot 3 times. My own brother got killed in these streets. I ain't heard from faking or none of that. But my grandmother lived right there, man.
You can hide your tattoos. Your tattoos can be on there for life. You know, we understand that. But you don't have to do this. You don't have to sport the shoes. And I know, that's what I'm saying. So the way I'm perceiving it is that you just doing, you are acting.
But this is my life.
Okay.
This is like, this is in the streets. This is a culture.
Okay. But what I'm saying is that you can start helping the little ones by not flagging, not showing your colors or whatever to try to get it out. Tell them what you're telling us.
I do. Real shit.
But you gotta walk into it.
I do.
You still, yeah.
Brothers, please, don't get me confused because I'm I'm gonna stay true to what I believed in. And I believed in it. And I believed in it. It's a waste of time. It might not make no sense to you or whatever.
No, I ain't saying that.
I ain't out here out there bad like that, man.
I know,
And
but
I'm
they
trying
are.
to
But
make
they
sure-
are.
No, they
but
not,
they
man.
are. Yes, they are, bro.
Not right here, they not, man.
Yes, they are, bro.
No, they not, man. No, they
The
not.
police can't arrest these people just for wearing their colours or sporting tattoos. So instead, they make life impossible for them on the streets. It's an in-your-face strategy, but it feels like the only option.
I mean, for all your efforts, your valiant efforts that you're putting in place here, doesn't seem to be any kind of halt to it, and it seems to be becoming more and more attractive to a lot of those kids.
I think that it's a worthy cause. Whether we get one person out or whether we get 100 out.
Yeah, sure.
You know, I think that it's a worthy cause, and
Totally.
I think that this is something that's needed in this city and a lot of cities. And what's going on here in St. Louis is going on everywhere.
From the beginning, I've been struck by the youth of the gangsters of St. Louis. It almost seems to be an inevitable part of life for kids from the ghettos. I'm going to a school where they run a program to get the kids out of gangs. It's run by a Muslim ex-gangbanger, Kabir Muhammad.
All this bullshit about gangbanging. And then I got people coming to me telling me, well, you don't need to talk to them like that. Fuck you. I'm trying to save your life, man. I got people out here want to kill me for what I do. And then we got society feeding you with all this old fucked up music, all these old fucked up videos. So no, I ain't changing shit. This is how it's gonna be. This is how we get down. This is straight, raw to the fucking point. Now, goddammit, you can accept the truth and live, or you can reject it and fucking die.
Kabir's approach is brutal, but it needs to be.
Bloods, Kiss Ass, Big Bloods, Little Old Trades, which is another gang. And you can see this is what it's all about. I mean, but these are pencils. This is a graphite pencil that you'd find, you know, in a school for 14-year-old boys. Only Crips use this, i.e. Bloods don't wash their hands. Fuck blood. And that's what these people are up against, trying to teach these kids. This thing is so indoctrinated into them at such an early age, the colour of red or the colour of blue. You know, it's an uphill struggle, but I do think that people like Kabir are making a difference here, and at least somebody's doing something.
Really want to get your perspective on why young people your age get in gangs, even knowing that it can cost you your life. Let's talk to you, Blood.
I ain't no blood, but I think people get in gangs so they can feel like they belong to something. Like if, you know, your family messed up and stuff, your mom on crack and stuff, it make you feel like you belong to somebody, like you want to be somewhere.
Talk about some of the environments that y'all live in, man.
I was born on the east side for
Gangster Disciples.
Yeah.
Vice Lords.
Well, because my uncle got killed over there in an apartment. Yeah.
Was he a gang member?
Yeah. He was going downstairs. Some dudes came and I shot him on the ground. I was in my room, they was shooting at my window. The bullet came through my window. All I remember was I saw him on the ground. Blood was all on the ground. They told me to go back in my room.
How old were you then?
I was 7.
What ages were you when you first experienced or knew that there were drugs in your neighborhood?
My grandma always tell me this story about when I was little, when I used to come up her house, and it was like December, you know, like when cars roll by and there's snow in the street, and I fell in the snow, and I picked it up and said, my mama eat this stuff, and she said she ain't never realized that my mama was on crack and stuff.
The baby-faced gangsters in Kabir's class had made me feel sad rather than scared. And after a week in the city, I still felt I hadn't met the real gangsters who were wreaking havoc in their own communities. So I found a guy who could help me in my quest. Jason Hampton earned a fearsome reputation as a JVL Blood, part of a gang who fought a vicious turf war against their local rivals.
That's that alley right there. A lot of crimes took place in that alley right there. This alley in this street alone, a lot of crimes, man. A lot of them.
Like what kind of crimes?
Shootings, robberies, car thefts, jackings, anything that you can name took place on these two little streets right here. See all them little shots, all them little holes and stuff.
Yeah, I can see the holes up there, yeah.
Them bullet holes. All this bullet holes. That big shot right there at the top, that's a bullet hole. That right there, that's a bullet hole. That's a bullet hole. That's one, that's one, that's one. There should be some more in these doors if they try to paint over.
And what are they, just drive by random?
Just drive by. No, you coming off this lot right here. It's this lot right here, they coming off of here.
That's the enemy coming
That's the enemy coming from right over there. Straight across, walking. Or they'll drive their car and get out in this alley behind these houses and come.
This was a classic turf war. Jason's gang was fighting to protect the drugs trade they ran from these streets.
In terms of dealing then, who are the clientele? Were people coming from out?
They was coming from everywhere. We had people from St. Charles, we had guys coming from Springfield, people from out of town, truck drivers stopping, picking up little hookers down here on Cass. They bringing the hookers coming, bringing them over here. My first day of school, I had $800 in my pocket.
$800?
$800. Jewelry on, everything. It was just how you just get money, and that's just what we was doing. We was just getting money.
What does this signify, please?
BIP, that's BIP Vidal. That's the homeboy who got killed in a high-speed chase with the police. BIP stands for Blood and Peace. 31 Trey A's, that's just, 31 is the block right here. The address, 31.
Right.
So that's what it is. Trey Ace is just, well, 3 is Trey, 1 is Ace, so we just break it down so it sound better. It sound fly that way. Then it's BIP Bimp. That's the other homeboy who got killed. If y'all get a chance, y'all ask the gang tags about him, they'll break him down to you. He was a menace to society.
So have you lost a lot of friends over the years?
No, that's the good thing about it. We lost, 3? Out of the whole time we've been since Brad and the Bloods, we only lost 3 to death.
That's good, isn't it, considering? Straight across, Jason?
No, we can't really go straight across because I'm in tour with guys over there.
You have trouble with the guys?
Yeah, on that side right there too. Really? This is my only side I really can go
So
on.
really, we've done the bit that you're safe in?
That's the only zone I'm safe in. Anything out of this for real, I can't go. I can't go, man. I'm 25, I can't go over there.
Today, Jason is on probation. He has to avoid any gang association or risk going down. But after 2 weeks in the city, I am more convinced than ever that I need to meet the guys still living the gangster life. Then I get a lead that could take me into the heart of one of the most notorious gangs in the city. After more than 2 weeks in the city, I have seen the devastation caused by gang violence, met the police trying to combat it, and spoken to a former gangster. To me, it all feels like part of the decline of a once great city, where the demise of traditional industries has left a massive gap into which the gangs have stepped with their graffiti, drugs, and turf wars. Now, I'm waiting for a contact who's promised to put me in touch with one of these gangs.
The situation is this. We've been waiting now for an hour to meet a contact in a parking lot. We've just been sussed by a couple of lowriders accused of being undercover cops, and so if this guy doesn't turn up pretty soon, we've all decided that it's time to leave because I think it might be pretty unhealthy for us if we hang around much longer. Let's hope he turns up. We waited for 3 hours for these guys and, well, they didn't show, so we left. And of course, as soon as we left, we get a phone call to say it's all back on again. So we're off to meet them at a secret location.
Actually, we're at the venue where we meet the gang members now. We obviously can't film outside because it would draw unwarranted attention from A, the police, and B, other gangs, which could lead to it all kicking off. So just about to go through and meet the guys.
This is truly bizarre. They're burying a pit bull puppy, and I'm the chief mourner.
Just had to bury a dog yesterday right here.
Bury his dog.
And it gets stranger and scarier.
Anyway, thanks for talking to us, guys. I know we're not going to mention who you are. We're not going to say what gang you're affiliated to, but you are gang members, I take it.
Blood gang.
You are a blood gang, yeah? Can you tell us how you became members of the gang?
On the set, dip. Grew up all our life on the set. That's what's up.
And was there pressure under you?
No, never no pressure. You got to be a leader in this shit. If you ain't no leader, you keep following. That's what's up.
How young were you?
I heard showing some love about 15. Shit, the streets is up. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Streets gonna feed you around here. Shit, ain't no job gonna feed you.
Because there were little choices for you then, you know? There wasn't much to get a job.
It's a lot of choices out here. I wipe my mask like it's sweat. You smell me? It's a lot of choices out here. You can do a lot of nice things, positive things, but that ain't what I choose. I choose the streets. It's like if you don't know nobody around here, you can't eat around here.
How much money would be there then?
This right here, if I bag it up and sell it, which I'm not gonna bag it up and sell it.
Yeah.
Quarter ounce of this ale right here. Shit, I'll fucking give it to you. Shit. Fuck it, I'll fucking sell you an ounce for $85. Anybody else, I'll sell an ounce, $125.
Right. So you're saying that, you know, that you're 30 years old, you've got a family, and you sell the weed, and you said water. Can you explain? Sorry, could you explain to me what water is?
Water is PCP. They love it. Take the cigarette out. Take the filter out. You loosen the square up. Motherfuckers ain't gonna show you. This ain't no game. You can smell it to make sure that's the real deal. Holyfield, fuck Mike Tyson. How do it smell to you? Give me the truth.
It smells like paint, like glue or paint thinner when you. Wee.
Then you dip the cigarette in a bottle.
Surely.
The bottle right there. I'll show it. It's fucking nothing. You blow it down. You see how it run.
Yeah, it's gone down the length of the whole cigarette.
They'll love it for $20 all the time. All the time.
And what about, if I may ask, crack? Does that a deal? Does that happen here?
Right? Yeah, they love that. that shit make them strong. You know, it's like a shortcut. You know, you gotta some type of way have a spot. You know.
Got
it. Crack. They be wanting that crack. Be no fool.
Yeah.
That's what they want.
But the selling of the drugs, do you have to protect your area, don't you?
Oh yeah, I protect my area. Shit, that's what's up.
Pop that bitch ass. You carry that?
It's one in there.
One in the chamber, yeah?
Yeah, it's always one in the chamber. I don't want to.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's one in there.
Got it. Just be careful with that.
Oh yeah.
Camera off.
All the time. We careful.
Okay, cool. But, you know, I'm talking about, you know, you're carrying that weapon around with you. Can you relax anytime?
No, I relax without the 9 majority of the time. My 9 is like...
It's your best friend.
You hear me?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, you carry that. Do you have to, have you used it? Have you had to use it?
This one right here?
Yeah.
This one got served to some players.
Right.
They was playing a game, but they also got played.
Sure.
But this just a little toy.
You have bigger toys?
Yeah. Yeah, them big toys, they shoot like, lots of times.
Yeah, sure.
If he 15, he got to use it. If he don't know how to use it, he was born using it. How you use that?
Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah. No aiming, just using. Yeah. Till he come to a aim. Shit, spend time smoking weed. I'm nervous. Okay. It's people out here working. You know what I'm saying? The people that's working, they working hard. I'm working hard too, pushing it. We running that dog kennel at the same time.
Push up your hip. Got it. That's where it's kept, yeah?
Yeah. Some more ounces. Shit real. Shit's real.
What do you think about the police around here?
The police, they suck.
Man, fuck the police.
Yeah.
All my life.
You know, thank you very much for talking to us. Thank you very much.
That's what's up.
Thank you. Thank you. I say thank you very much.
You gotta do the hood shake.
Show me. There. There. Is that it? Thank you.
Then you gotta come out like this.
Like that. Got it. Thank you very much. Well, we've just met two members of the Bloods. I have to say I've never been in a room with that amount and that variety of drugs before. He also kept going on about how stressed he was, the man in the mask. Well, I have to say I was quite stressed when he pulled out that Colt 45, had the hammer back with a round in the chamber. I have to say I'm very glad I'm going home.
Before I leave town, I want to check on my man Jason to see how he's progressing on his road out of the gang life.
I'm all right, mate.
All right, now, yeah. Everything is going great, man. Nice to see you again. Come on, we just going up here on the front, man.
Yeah, perfect.
Let's make it happen.
Thank you.
All right. It's every day I wake up and feel I have to just sit back and just thank the Lord for waking me up and letting me see another day.
What about the excitement and the kudos?
It's fake, and this stuff is not no game. This stuff ain't no game. When somebody walk up on you and put a gun to your head and the trigger don't go off, it wasn't because their gun was broke. That mean that was a sign. Wake up, brother. Get out of there. How would you want to live your life like that? Watching your back all day, that's not living. Watching your back, you can't stop at stop signs. You can't stop at red lights because you don't want to get caught sleeping. It's a better life than just games. You just kind of leave it alone. It's a certain point, certain time where you just have to look at yourself and be like, man, is this what you want? Is this an example you're going to set for your kids as they get older? I'm tired of seeing my partners, my friends, my associates all going to jail or end up dead. It hurts. It's just time to rise up, man, and leave this gang stuff alone, man, because it's not no life, man. It's not life.
In terms of your enemies in that environment, is there still a war going on, or is it quieting down?
No, it's never going to quiet down. The war is still going on as we speak because the young guys, the ones we rolled past and looked at, keeping it going. They going to keep it going, and they young guys going to keep it going, and this going to last on from generation to generation until somebody just finally come down here and speak and talk to us. Talk to them, to our black community, and let them know that let's leave it alone. And until that come, St. Louis is going to always be a very violent place, just like New Orleans. They just violent. We like the second murder rate capital of the world, probably, to us. You know, there's a war going on across seas, but there's a war going on in the United States every day.
For me, the gang culture in St. Louis is no different from any other. There are lots of young men looking for money or respect who are prepared to use a gun to get them. What does surprise me is the fact that in a country that prides itself on its commitment to liberty and freedom, that St. Louis is such a racially divided city. For me, a black mother in St. Louis is no different from any other. And what I never want to hear again was a woman crying because gang violence has taken her son away from her.